It was a long day for Auggie and Bunny, and when they got home, they fell fast asleep, and Auggie began to dream. In his dream, he and Bunny were on a spaceship his daddy built, and they were getting ready to lift off.
Papa, buckle up!
Auggie, his daddy said, God created the heavens and the earth. You have been playing in your world. Now we are going to explore God's world. Auggie hugged Bunny real tight. He and Bunny were going on another adventure. He could hear his mom's voice coming from the control tower. 5 seconds to lift off.
Hold on tight. We're lifting off to the moon, okay, Papa? That was good.
Houston shutting down power boosters.
Turn right at 250, maintain 5200 to establish an approach.
Touchdown! We are on the moon. Augie's daddy was the first one to step foot on the moon. He looked around and saw the stars in the sky.
One small step for man, one large leap for butterflies.
That is our mission, to see if butterflies can live on the moon. Auggie, Papa, and Bunny were next out of the spaceship, and Auggie turned and looked back at Earth.
Auggie, this is God's beautiful world.
God created a moon and the stars.
They began to unload their spaceship and set up camp when Auggie opened one of the crates. What is that, Auggie?
It looks like a big caterpillar.
It does look like a big caterpillar.
Papa, just take it back to home.
This is their new home, Auggie, and in a few days you can release the butterflies, and we'll see how they like it here. While they were unpacking, Augie's dad went out to explore and took Bunny with him.
I wonder where Papa and Auggie went. Oh, look. There's a shiny space rock. Oh, no! Whoa, I'm losing my footing. I'm falling in a hole!
By now, it was getting dark out, and meteors were falling upon the surface of the moon. Papa said, Auggie, we've got to find Daddy and Bunny. You could hear Augie's voice in the darkness.
Daddy!
A meteorite exploded not far from them and lit up the sky.
Seamus!
Auggie continued to call for his Bunny when he saw something moving towards them in the distance. Why, it looked like one of the trees that saved Bunny on Earth. Auggie recognized one of them.
Hi, Mason Tree.
How could they be on the moon?
Help! 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 Auggie? Papa? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello? Help! Who are you? You're a tree? Oh, Auggie! Oh, it's so good to see you. I've been waiting here in the dark hole for hours.
With meteorites crashing around them, Mason Tree picked up Auggie and his dad, and another tree picked up Papa and Bunny, and they began to run towards the camp. Safe back at camp, they were exhausted, but filled with gratitude.
Thank you, Mr. Tree. Thank you for saving me very much.
Auggie called home to tell his mom what had happened.
They got lost. and trees found them.
The next morning, they awoke and had breakfast, and Papa said, Auggie, we're going to release the butterflies today and see how they do on the moon.
My friend Mason Tree is going to help me with the butterflies. Let's go turn the butterflies loose.
Once Auggie and Mason Tree released the butterflies, something amazing happened. They began to change colors. They were astonished. Why, they flew right over to Mason Tree as he held out some oranges, and they began to feed.
We will feed sugar water.
They looked out into the dark space, and they saw Earth in a partial view. And they had this deep longing to return home. They had been gone nearly a month, and they had many adventures and many stories to tell when they returned.
This was a wonderful experience, coming to the moon to see trees release butterflies. They're so beautiful. Who would have ever known that these gorgeous creatures lived on the moon?
And of course, Auggie wanted to bring Mason Tree back with him.
We're going to put him on the spaceship.
Papa told Auggie that there wasn't room on the spaceship for Mason Tree.
Auggie, it's time to go home, buddy.
So Auggie and Bunny went to say their goodbyes to Mason Tree.
I love you so much, Mason Tree.
Back on board, they were waiting for Houston to give them their final instructions for takeoff.
You've been cleared for departure. Ground mark, 464, okay, we transition to 7 here. 2 elevation, Alpha, do we get 9 here?
As Auggie and Bunny looked back and saw the moon behind them, he began to sing a song that he learned in Sunday school.
Jesus said it, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Let the ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong.
In a matter of moments, Auggie and Bunny were fast asleep as they soared towards home. The next thing that Auggie remembers is Houston letting them know that they are about to touch down.
Ground mark, 464, okay, we transition to 7 here. 7 here, clear for landing.
It was Augie's Uncle Nacho and his PJ buddies who were waiting out in the ocean for the capsule to make its final landing. That night, Auggie hugged and kissed his mommy and his sister Ellie, and then he fell fast asleep, and he began to dream. He dreamed that he was out in a boat with his daddy, Bunny, and Papa, and a wave came, and he fell out of the boat, and he began to go down, down, down. All of a sudden, like a strong arm wrapped around him, he was being pulled to the surface. When he opened his eyes, he saw shark fins, and all of a sudden, he realized what had taken hold of him. William and I, and his name really is Auggie in our stories, we build things together. It doesn't cost much. And here we built 2 rocket ships, and he painted the rocket ships. Do you remember painting this one? Mm-hmm. What do you think about this?
It's camouflage.
It's camouflage, just like him. In this story, Auggie wanted to go to the moon. Now, we're getting ready, after this story, to go where, Auggie? Where are we going to go next?
To the water.
We're going to the water. We're going to look at octopus and all kinds of things under the sea. Storytelling is much more than merely telling a story. And whether you're a parent, a grandparent, a mother, father, children need to hear stories from those that really love them.